Hi everyone, it's Nikki from Boulder Valley Stitching again, from the Craft Cave in the middle of the stay-at-home order, just like everyone else in the country. Okay, wait, I shouldn't say that. Not every state is under a stay-at-home order, but here in Colorado, we are. And there seems to be a lot of disagreement or variance on when we're going to get out of that stay-at-home order or shelter in place, whatever you want to call it. Quarantine, shelter in place, stay at home. It's all the same thing. You can't leave your house unless you're going to the grocery store or you need medical attention. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the only way to. Oh, look, see, I already touched my face. I touched my face. I've already violated what the CDC has recommended that I do, and that's not touch my face. Guys, it is so hard not to touch your face, especially when you need a haircut. When you need a haircut, this is called I'm desperate for a haircut and I can't go get my haircut. So my bangs are killing me. My bangs are in my eyes and I keep having to move them. And by the time this is over, it's going to be down to here and I'm going to look like Cousin Ed. So I've raided my daughter's headbands. This is the COVID-19 look. This is, I'm going to look a little funky until I can actually go get a haircut, just like everybody else. But anyway, back to the stay-at-home order. Depending on what part of the state you're in, it really varies. So, for example, last week, the Denver mayor announced that they're extending it until April 30th. But Boulder County, which is where I'm at, is April 17th. But the statewide one is the 11th. So it can be anywhere from the 11th to the 30th, just depending on where you live and work. For example, my husband's company is non-essential manufacturing, so they had to shut down production and everybody is working from home, but they're in Boulder County, so they have to shut down production until the 17th. And then I guess we reevaluate. When the 17th rolls around, depending on if the stay-at-home order gets extended to the 30th, he may be home to the 30th or he may be able to go back to the office. We don't know. It's just like everybody else, we just don't know. So for now, we are all in the house together, and it's a really good thing that we all kind of have our own separate, places in the house, because we'd kill each other. We'd really run out of patience with each other. But I'm going to try and keep this video really short today because we're just like everybody else. Internet has become our life. It is our lifeline to entertainment, family, friends, news. Everything right now is revolving around what we can find online. So we are all of us are pretty much online all day long. Now, my children seem to think that high-speed internet is a birthright. And if any of you have ever uploaded a YouTube video before, they take a while. Depending on how long the video is, it can take anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours, just depending on how long the video is and what your internet speed is. So when I upload this video, I'm pretty much going to bring all of the internet activity in this house to a crawl. If I do that for a long period of time, my children might revolt. They really might just, kill me. So I am going to try and keep this really short today. But I do have some stuff to show you, some stuff that I've been working on. So, and I'd love to hear what everybody else has been working on. How have you guys been keeping yourselves sane? For me, it's definitely been crafting. It's been stitching, knitting, quilting, anything that I can do with my hands, basically, to get through this is pretty much what's keeping me sane at this point. And then dinner, I cook. I've been cooking a lot because we have to. But we are going to get takeout pizza tonight. Yay. Papa Murphy's. Awesome. You order it on the phone. Somebody runs in, picks it up and leaves. It's perfect. So we are doing pizza tonight because I want pizza. And so does everybody else. They're probably getting really tired of my cooking. Anyway. What have I been working on? So let me start with some finishes. I have managed to finish a few stitching projects over the last couple weeks. So I finished, here, I'll get this set up on the board so I can hold it up. I finished Cardinal Noel, and this is by Luminous Fiber Arts. It's part of her bird series, and I just love her bird series. I'm going to start the stitching one, I think, next, or maybe the bluebird. I haven't decided, but I love her bird series. And this one, I started it last year for Stitch Mania, and now I finally finished it, which is, that's my goal during this whole thing, guys, is to get rid of some of my whips. I won't deny that I maybe have started a few other projects, but hey, you do what you got to do to get through this. But I have managed to finish this. I will say that this border took a while because it's pretty much just the same stitch over and over, and I mean the same pattern of it got very monotonous. But I love the way the border looks on it, and I wouldn't have left it out. So, and I use it's kind of hard to see, but it's like an ice blue fabric for, and it was an even weave. Yeah, this is like an ice blue 28 count even weave. So I finished that one. And because I was really in the mood to get some spring, I wanted something springy. I wanted to get something a little bit more springy. I finished my Welcome Spring by Little House Needleworks, and this is actually a kit that they did with Classic Colorworks. So the kit came with all the thread, the Classic Colorworks thread, and the pattern, but you just had to do your material. And I loved it because now I have some extra colors that I didn't have before. And but I love the sheep. The sheep's my favorite. But this is also, again, on that same ice blue fabric. I used it for both pieces, and it's again a 28 count even weave ice blue, and I wanted something kind of soft for spring. So I need to get this finished and up in the house because, well, it's spring. So anyway, the other one that I got done was, let's see. I got March Cottage. I got the March Cottage done. This is Country Cottage Needleworks, March Cottage. Because I have a few whips started, what I'm doing is I'm doing every other month. And then eventually I'll have them all done. So I have March done. So now the one that I'm working on, or I'm starting, is May. I'm going to skip April and go straight to May. So then I'm hoping that by the time April's done, I'll have May stitched, and then I can get it finished and up in the house. And then the next one will be July, and then September, and so on until next year. And then I will fill in the months that I haven't done. But at least that's my plan. We'll see how that plan works out. But I do love the greens. I love the greens on this. I was really hesitant. I'm like, this is a lot of green. Until I got it all put together and stitched up, and it was just, I really like the greens on it. And the pink. So I was really happy to get those done. So those are the three that I've finished, but I also have some that I have been working on, my whips. So let's talk about whips real quick. I haven't been doing, because I was finishing those and I had some other stuff I was working on, I haven't done a huge amount of whip activity, but I need to get, that's changing. That's changing. So one of the first ones I was working on is this one, and this is part of, it's Starry Night, and it's by Bent Creek. I think I might have the pattern sitting here to show you. Or sorry, no, it's not Starry Night. It's Season's Greetings. I said the wrong thing. But it's a Bent Creek small. It's a small pattern, but it tends to be, it's actually kind of I mean, it's not easy by any stretch. So that's it. That's the pattern. And this is one that I started for Jolly July last year that I really want to get done. Yeah, I know it's a Christmas one, but now we got some time and I can get it done for Christmas. So that is one of the whips I've been working on. The other one I've been working on that I pulled this out because I hadn't stitched on in a while, and I just really wanted to work on a big project for a little while. I have a lot of smalls that I've been working on, like the Cardinal Noel and the Welcome Spring one were fairly small, and even the Season Green ones is pretty small. So I wanted to pull out one of my big ones, and that was, I think, and I've been working on this one quite a bit, which is why I haven't finished. I haven't knocked it out of the done. But this is my progress on Houses of Hockman Hollow. And guys, I love this pattern. I absolutely love the Houses at Hockman Hollow pattern. There's 12 houses in the pattern. I don't have it sitting here. I'd show it to you. It's gorgeous, but it's huge. Okay. The piece of fabric is like 2 feet by 3 feet. This thing is huge. This is only the first 3 houses. This is where I'm at so far. And I've only got, 2.5 houses done. And I'm working on this a while. I've still got 9 houses to go. It may take me another 2 years. Seriously, this thing could take 2 years. It's huge. Each one of these houses are, the count is 90 by 90. So it's, if you want to do the house individually, obviously you can, but I chose to do it as one big giant piece because I have a wall upstairs that's, kind of large, and I wanted something, bigger for that wall. But this is going to take me a while, but I love every stitch. I love the way it looks. I love just the way it all comes together. And by the way, I'm using DMC. And this is a 32 count Belfast. And it still ended up being 2 feet by 3 feet piece of fabric that I needed. I mean, the thing's ridiculously big. But I'm using DMC because some people do silks. Some people stitch this using silks. There is so much thread used in this. That's a little bit out of my budget. The silks for this is a little bit out of my budget. Again, and I think the DMC is looking just as good. But I do so because you go through a lot of skeins of thread. I think the black on that house right there took me half a skein. I mean, it's there. You go through a lot of thread. So that's why I'm using DMC. And like I said, I think it looks just so. That is the whips and the finishes that I've done for stitching. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep this video kind of short because if I bring the internet down or slow it down for any length of time, there's going to be a revolt in my house. So we're all working from home. Everybody's working from home. I shouldn't say that. My son works at a local grocery store part-time, and he takes college classes part-time. So his classes have started online, so he does that pretty much during the week, and then he works at the grocery store on the weekend. That's where he is right now. He's actually at work because they're an essential business, obviously, and he goes to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My daughter is basically furloughed at this point because she worked at the mall. And the mall's closed. The mall is not open. Any of the stores none of them are open right now. But her company is great. Her company is being awesome, and they are still paying them. Even though they're furloughed, they are paying them what their average weekly salary was. So she's still getting a paycheck, and she's, so it's fine. My husband and I are actually still working from home. I've been working from home for a while. I've been working from home for a couple years. For those of you who maybe have seen it on Instagram or not, my day job is I'm a systems analyst for a medical company. My job is pretty much all done at home. I mean, there's everything that I do is remote anyway. So I've been working at home for a while, a couple years now. My husband has not. My husband is used to going to an office. My husband's an engineer, and he's used to going to an office every day. So this is kind of driving him insane. But what I've noticed, though, is now that everybody is working from home, there is all of these resources that pretty much I never knew of, that they're telling us about, different support groups and different, tips and tricks for working from home to be productive and stay sane, and to make sure that your mental health doesn't suffer from the isolation, which I think is awesome. I mean, it's awesome that's being shown, being pushed, and is available. My company especially is big. I get an email every day from somebody, some, you know, HR or leadership team person telling me to, you know, something about working from home, some different tip, or, you know, just, you know, that if we need to talk to somebody, here's people we can talk to. But what's kind of fun, and this has never happened until now, guys, a lot of what people are doing is they are setting up chat times. It's actually kind of fun. So every day at lunch, there's a group of us, I think there's like 8 or 9, that it's on your calendar, it's lunchtime. We just get on the phone. You can start your camera if you want to. You can you can video feed yourself, or you don't have to. You can just keep it as an audio call, and we just talk about nothing. Well, actually, so the rule is you don't talk about work. You don't talk about work. You talk about all this other stuff. I mean, just, you know, we're learning things about each other's hobbies and families, our backgrounds, different, and we're from all over the country and even the world. So this call that I'm on is, there's a lot of people in the U.S. There's California, Texas, Colorado, Washington, all you know, the whole U.S. But there's also a couple people. One of them in particular is from Jerusalem, and it's 8 o'clock at night when we get on these phone calls. But she logs on and she sits there and she talks to us with her, you know, with her just her drink in hand, and because she just wants a social interaction, she just wants to have a conversation with somebody who's not her husband. So it's actually 8 o'clock at night. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's on, she's talking to us, and she's hilarious. She's telling us all about her culture and her religion, and it's stuff we didn't know. And it's so nice. But it really, what it feels like is sitting around a lunch table. It's like you're sitting around a lunch table in a cafeteria and you're just talking to your friends. And I love that. I absolutely love that. And a lot of the leadership teams have kind of taken that cue. For example, my boss has, or actually one boss above me, has started a coffee time once a week. So once a week, there's like a half hour, same concept. We all get on the phone, and it's a big call because that's everybody who reports to her. So it's her entire division. And for like half an hour, we get on the phone and we just talk. We just talk about what's going on, what everybody's talking, what everybody's feeling. And I like that. I do. I like that. And I really hope that kind of thing continues after this is over, because for those of us who work from home on a regular basis, it's really nice to be able to talk to people that are not your cat or your husband or your kids, and just, that isn't work. You're not talking about work. That's the best part about it. So anyway, but my point was, when I get on these calls, because it's, you know, just the chit chat, basically, you know, we're talking about our families or what's going on or anything like that. I gotta do something with my hands, and I don't want to, you know, get distracted with work, because this is my break. This is a break that I need during the day, especially right now, because I work for a medical company, my workload has doubled. And it's becoming, in our workload did not go down, it ramped up. So I need that break. During that break, what I do is I loom knit. Yep, I loom knit. This is my loom. I'm working on a hat. I'm not a good knitter, guys. Knitting is one of those things I've tried with needles. I can't do it. For some reason, my fingers just don't work that way. I've tried knitting with needles. I can't do it, but I love loom knitting. This I can do. This I have no problem doing. So I've made all kinds of hats and scarves and all kinds of stuff with my loom. This is great for the car. This is what I do when I'm on a road trip. This because I can't stitch in the car. It's too bouncy. Obviously, I can't quilt. But this, perfect for the car. And you're probably wondering why I have this in a plastic bag. So this is my homemade yarn bowl. my homemade yarn bowl substitute. So I had a bowl. I had a yarn bowl once, and it just got, it was like, you know, it was this big, and you couldn't really get a whole lot of, you get one skein of yarn in it, and it was kind of in the way, and then, you know, the car. Here's and it would roll. Here's what I did. Okay, so here's what I did. I got a gallon Ziploc bag, and I cut a hole in the corner here, and I put my yarn in the bag, and I fed it through this hole. Here's why I did this. One, this is like a really big skein of yarn, but if you have a regular one, you can get 2 or 3 in here, especially for the card. This is great for card and for projects if you want to keep like projects separate. Once it's in here, it's not going anywhere. It's contained. So if I'm in my living room and my yarn rolls off my lap, it's still in the bag. So it's not going to roll around on the floor. Plus, I can just feed it. It feeds through. It keeps everything. This is my homemade equivalent of a yarn bowl, and you can reuse the plastic bag for whatever project you're working on. So that's my tip for yarn for knitting. Like I said, I'm not a good knitter. I have tried needles. Like I said, my fingers just don't work that way. So I pull out my loom and my yarn, and I sit there, and while we talk on the phone, I work on my hat. I work on my hat. So, and it's nice because then I kind of get that little break in my day, work on a little crafting while I'm talking to some friends. And it's great. It's been awesome. Like I said, I really hope it continues after this whole thing is over. So that leaves quilting projects. What have I been doing for quilting projects? So let me show you like one thing. I think one thing that I finished. I love magazines. I do. I love quilting magazines. I really like this one because, hey, easy. It even says it on the cover. Easy quilts. Yes, that's what I said. But I have quite a few of these, and I decided a couple weeks ago that I wanted to pick one pattern from each of the magazines, and I was going to make that quilt. So I picked this one, which was actually, it wasn't a full, if I can find it. Hold on a second. There it is. I picked this one, and I wanted it because it was small. It was something I could put in the kitchen or on the table, and I just really liked the colors and the layout, and it was just something kind of quick that I could do. So it's called Starry Flight, and this is the summer 2016 edition of Easy Quilt. So I found my. Sorry, guys. Oh, yes, my great mug. So I got my fabric, and I did everything from Stash, guys. I have been stitching from Stash pretty much, that's what I'm doing because I, like everybody else, I'm stuck here. I can't go to the quilt shops, and I'll show you in a second, I have been trying to support especially the mom and pop, the local quilt shops by ordering online when I can. But anyway, this one I did all from Stash because it was small. It was small, and I had plenty to do with. So I did. That's my topper, and I haven't got the back or anything. I haven't finished the quilting on this, which I want to do this weekend. So I want to get the quilt sandwich done and get the quilting so I can put it upstairs. It's very fall. It's kind of fallish, but I still, and I may finish it up and put it to the side and leave it for the fall. But I had scraps. Even with that little amount, and there was not much that you had to use on this quilt. But I had scraps, so I made a little. This is a mug. It's going to be. It's going to be a little hot pad for my mug over my desk because right now I'm using a paper towel. So my desk, I literally have a paper towel sitting next to my monitor for my coffee cup. So in case there's any spilling or I don't want to warp the desk or anything like that. And I was looking at it and I'm like, you know what? I really kind of need a hot pad for here. So I made a little hot pad from one of the squares. It's just, and honestly, all it is it's another one of that side square. Instead of making 4, I made 5. and I'll stitch it up the same way, do the quilt sandwich and the binding and everything, and then I'll be able to use it over at my desk, which was the whole reason I made it. So that was the one that I finished. Well, it's not totally done, but I finished the piecing on. The other one that I've been working on is the Mystery Quilt, Mystery 100, Quilt 100, Mystery Quilt 100 by Laundry Basket Quilts. It's a daily release that she's done. She just did the last release, block release yesterday. So now there were 15 blocks, and I am on number 10. So I have a few to catch up on, but she released one block a day for 15 days. And then Monday, it's the last thing I said, the blog I read was there's some stuff she's got. I think we're going to tie it all together. Whether, I don't know if it's going to be borders, extra project. I'm not quite sure what she's got planned. But Monday, she's going to show us how to stitch the whole thing together, which really, stitch the rows. But it's back on my design wall, which I figured out that I need a bigger design wall because I've gone beyond my wall, and I'll show you a picture at the end of the video of what it looks like right now. But I'm hoping to have all of the piecing done by the end of the weekend, because I do honestly love the way it's looking, the way it's coming together. It's pink and blue and cream, pink and blue. And I just love the way the blocks are working together and the colors are working together. I like it a lot. So, and she's such a good teacher. Her YouTube videos are great. Sorry guys. Anyway, so I've been working on that one. I've also been working on, I saw this one a few weeks ago, and I had to do it because I just really liked it. So this is called Lemon Star, and it's by the Missouri Star Quilt Company. This is, I bought the pattern from their website. It's a downloadable pattern. I mean, so the nice thing about Missouri Star patterns is you have two options. You can get a printed version, or you can get a PDF version, a downloadable version. I chose to get the download, so I was able to get it right away. And then I had because I had charm packs that I wanted to use for it. This is the charm pack. And you actually need 4 charm packs to be able to do the entire quilt, because there's 36 blocks. So you need 4 of the charm squares or 1 layer cake. So either way, because if you quarter a layer cake, you get 4 charm packs. So either way, 4. But I started working on those blocks, and I'll just show you a few of them. So that's one of them. Might be easier if I use my board here, so you don't get that see-through look. So that's one of the blocks. Show another one here that I really liked. I liked this one. This one was one that I really liked. And that's a green and red. And then one more. I've got quite a few of them done. I still have a lot to do. But and then the yellow. So that's what I'm going to work on after I get my 100 block one done. The other thing that I've noticed a lot of quilt designers are doing right now that I really like, I actually do really appreciate this. A lot of them are doing Quilt-Alongs for stay at home. Some of them are calling them Sewquester, like SEW, Sewquester, sewing. Anyway, Sewquester or quilting, quarantine sales, or quarantine quilting, just different names, and they're doing free patterns. They're putting together. Like for example, all of the ones that Laundry Basket Quilts did, they're all free patterns on her blog. So there's 15 blocks, 15 different blocks in that quilt, and they're all free right now. But not forever. So, and she says that in the very first posting, in the very first video that she said that she's going to do this, and then eventually she's going to take those patterns down and she's going to publish them into a pattern that you need to purchase. I get it, and I think that's great. But I love the fact that they're doing, a lot of the designers are doing some free patterns for a while, just to kind of help people with something to do and to get through this. Cozy Quilt has got the same type of thing. I've seen, okay, so Laundry Basket, Cozy Quilt. I've seen several different, just several different designers that if you go on Instagram and do quarantine quilting, you can find a lot of them. You can see a lot of them that are out there that are doing these free patterns, which is for a while, not forever, but they will be up there for a while, which I really like, and it's keeping everybody busy. I've also been working on some designing. I've been working on my yeah. I've been working on doing some designing that I need to just kind of, once I get this stuff done and I can get that worked up. That's my goal anyway. But I was going to tell you about, so I'm trying to, when I do need to order fabric because I'm working on something special, or I got a part of the Sew Sampler monthly box. November's box was called Acorn Caps, and I love the blues and greens. It's like if they could have picked a color scheme that said, what would Nikki like? That was it. That the color scheme and the pattern, it's like everything they put in that box was just, to me, that's been my favorite box. It was amazing. But the borders, and I've already stitched up the patchwork, but I don't have the borders on because you have to buy the border fabric separately, and I couldn't find the right border fabric. Fat Quarter Shop didn't have it. Missouri Star didn't have it. All of the ones I would normally have looked for it. You couldn't. They didn't have it. So I found it. Google, of course. Who doesn't love Google? Seriously, who doesn't love Google? I found a shop in Rossville, Indiana. It's called Rossville Quilts. Small independent shop. Never ordered from them before. Went on their website. They had the material that I wanted. I needed a yard. It was a 1 yard minimum, and they sent me the fabric that I needed to do the borders and finish that quilt top. Guys, they shipped it to me the next day. I mean, literally. I ordered it like on a Monday morning, and it was in the mail by Tuesday morning. And I had it by Wednesday. It was a really, really fast turnaround. I was actually really impressed with turnaround that these guys did, and they had a really good selection on their site. So if you need, they're good. They're good. It's called Rossville Quilts in Rossville, Indiana. The other thing, and I forgot to show you this, is that I got this month's Sew Sampler. That is another one I'm with. Like I said, I'm trying to keep myself as busy as I possibly can so I do not go insane. The weekends are the hardest ones because, the weekends is when I typically go out and do stuff, but I can't. So I'm just trying to keep myself as busy as possible. But this one was the Made with Love. This one, guys, it was Tula Pink, which I love. I love Tula Pink, but I'm probably not going to use these fabrics for that pattern, even though this pattern is supposed to be used with this fabric. I can't bring myself to cut it up. I know. I can't bring myself to cut this one up. This is 5 fat quarters of her Tula Pink's new line called Homemade that I just I really like these colors and the design that she did on it, but I just don't know that I want to use them here. So I probably will use a different set of 5 fat quarters to make this pattern and save my Tula Pink fabric for a different project, or maybe if I get another bundle of something. But it had all kinds of little, I mean, there was unicorn pins, which are adorable, wonder clips, because who cannot use more wonder clips? Oh my god, I use them all the time. And a really cool ruler. You can see the creative grids. It's got a scissor and a heart for Tula Pink ruler. And then there was the last goodness grows. So, or sorry, this was the last pattern, and that's the layout. So I love this box. I do. I absolutely love this box, but I just don't think I can bring myself to cut up these Tula Pink fat quarters quite yet. So I think I'm going to use a different set of fat quarters for that pattern and save these. So that's another thing I'm like, you know, we're all trying to just get through this. But I have clearly gone too long on my video, because now I'm going to have the internet moving like, you know, molasses for an hour and a half while this video uploads. So I am going to sign off and maybe make another one later. Maybe I'll just concentrate on one thing that I'm doing, but instead of everything. But I hadn't made a video in a while, so I just wanted to kind of stop by and say hi to everybody. And for the people who have subscribed to me, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love comments. Please leave comments. And tell me what you guys are working on. I love to just, you know, hear from everybody, and we're going to get through this. This is unprecedented times. I mean, this is honestly something that has thrown everybody for a complete loop, and we will get through it. And I am just happy that I'm still healthy, that everybody in my family is still healthy, and everybody out there, stay healthy, stay safe, stay in your house, and wash your hands. So, and don't touch your face, which I've already done because my hair is, and yeah, like I said, I've rated headbands. This is going to be the new COVID-19 fashion statement right here. Anyway, guys, have a great weekend. Wonderful, stitchy weekend. Stay sane, stay safe. I will talk to everybody soon. Bye.